Hi, all you laddies, lasses, and envies. Before we get into anything, let's see the content warnings. Normally, I would go to the website and read them for you, but here you can see them. Police brutality, torture, blood, gore, mild, and references to starvation, and genocide. Additionally, on the game's page, non-consent rape within a dream, optional side content not part of the main story. Might not be on YouTube anyway. And strangulation, attempted murder, violent fantasies, though that might not apply to this one necessarily, but I still thought I should warn you anyway. I'm not sure what's happening here. Last time we saw poor Timber with a freaking scar from a sadist. Is this related to that? Oh gosh, this sucks. Umeboshi. I'm gonna go with tofu because that was how it was originally. Muffin would never do this. Not my muffin. Night has fallen, and you hear concerning noises in the woods behind you. You've been running for a while now, a brisk walk at first, but eventually near a sprint. Something is following you. Your throat burns out with each panting breath. You stumble and fall. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The wolf is standing over you. What do we have here? You're... You smirk up at him. Tofu? You smirk back up at him. He's fallen into your trap. No! Now that he's this close, your magic won't miss. You fire off 3 cuffs, 1 for each wrist, and a collar tight around his neck. A chain bursts out of the back. No, I don't want to be this person! I don't know if I'll even read most of this. This is so horrible. It's time to be back before wrist cuts snap into each other. Wrist cuts. Too bad. You won't be eating anyone tonight, Wolf. The hell is this? Is that any way to greet a guy? You to your feet, dusting off the snow. Wolf leans forward to you, testing the limit of his restraints. He seems surprised, but otherwise unfazed. You pull out your badge and hold it in front of his face. Agent Osmanthus, undercover cop. I'm investigating a series of missing persons. I'm investigating a series of missing persons, Kate. Missing persons. Oh my gosh, he's stealing my person. For prick's sake. I guess we could do with a little humor now and then with all this darkness. I'm investigating a series of missing persons cases here on Mount Sorbet. Okay, Osmanthus. You gonna explain why you got me chained up? Probable cause. You see these people who went missing? We've received a few tips they may have been murdered. We believe the perpetrator to be a wolf, or a group of wolves, and here you are, a wolf, chasing me down. Chasing you? I was just out for a run, officer. The wolf stands there calmly as he lies to your face. Simple misunderstanding. I don't appreciate being profiled here, but I know you're just doing your job and all. Who was it that went missing? Maybe I can keep an eye out for you. You walk up to him, testing to see if he'll bare his fangs. He doesn't. He merely looks up at you, the same stiff smile on his face. You can call it profiling, but some of the wolves that live out here have a bit of a criminal history. It's all in the records. Ha, sorry, whose records? The town of Frosting. It's where I'll be taking you tonight. Oh no. You snap your fingers and the chain around the tree... Are they gonna skin him? Jeez! And the chain around the tree disappears while a new one springs forth, right into your hand. Buddy, I'm telling you, you're mistaken. You walk forward with the chain held taut, but the wolf doesn't move. You hold it there, glaring back at him. This is horrible. You'll like Frosting. It's full of tasty rabbits. I know we're frosting it. You yank hard on the chain and he falls chin first to the ground. And you better get moving, unless you want me to drag you the whole way there. I don't even know if I want to tape this, but like I want to voice act it. He grits his teeth with a bit of a snarl. He can't talk his way out of this one. I hope this is I hope this is not a bad ending and is a prologue to the wolf ending, because I at least want a silver lining here. Your magic's pretty strong. I bet you catch a lot of bad guys using this spell. Unamused, you start dragging him forward until he staggers to his feet. I want to see his neck unbound, but it looks like... I don't think there is a shot of that in this. Unamused, you start dragging him forward until he staggers to his feet. Alright, I'm walking. I'm walking here. You chuckle to yourself. It's not hilarious. Brick walls of frosting stand out against the rest of the barren wilderness. I mean, I would be mad at him if I knew he was a murderer, but also, I can't help but feel bad for the things... he's done. And when most of the... And it's even worse because... I was gonna say he might be the reason why Juju's so afraid of wolves, because... Actually, I don't think he killed their family necessarily. Actually, I don't know. My point is, now that I think about it, the hatred of wolves came way before Timber. In fact, he's a victim of that, so I don't know. Maybe fear just drove them to do hate crimes, which is probably the case. They were tired of being the prey, so they became the predators themselves. Back to civilization. Middle gate took prisoner through it. Coast's clear. Try not to menace any of the residents. Oh, I would never. Oh, I would never. His tone had a hint of scathing. What is scathing? Yeah, I can see the police brutality content warning, definitely. Witheringly scornful, severely critical. But you notice it because you have a keen eye for criminal psychology. Right now, he's thinking he'll worm his way out of this situation somehow. He thinks you've got nothing on him. But smarmy? Is that a word? It means ingratiating. I've never heard of that. We're wheedling. I've never heard of that. Using flattery or coaxing in order to persuade someone to do something or give it something. In a way that is perceived as insincere or excessive. But smarmy assholes like this aren't too hard to break. 3 days is gonna be more than enough. Oh no, they're gonna torture him. Actually, you give it 1. Maybe you should stick around town if the turnaround's gonna be that quick. You hear they got nice hot springs at least. I feel horrible that I'm playing as this monster. You lead the wolf down the short path to your contact's home, a large brick mansion. Oh no, no! It's what's his name? Fucking Senbei! Ugh! You're probably gonna see me angry this episode because I hate the brutality, of this. You knock twice. The rabbit with pitch black ears opens the door. Just handcuff him. You don't need to do it around his neck. That's just cruel. I don't care if he's a wolf. Senbei, I caught one. Senbei, I caught one for you. Takes a quick... Wow, okay, so I guess he's the wolf hunter. Takes a quick glance at the criminal behind you, then smiles. Come in. You enter the brick house with brick walls, brick floors. This song, I think, is from Lonely Wolf Tree. Everything's bricks with this guy. When you looked into it, you found out his dad makes a fortune doing construction magic. You follow... Even this... He looks like a bitch. Look at him. Follow Senbei through the corridor, then descend down a narrow stairway. Sexually charged torture. What does that even mean? I know it's mostly implied, though. The wolf takes in his surroundings. You yank the chain again to keep his attention focused. My father... I wonder how much of this is canon. My father is away on business. Your timing couldn't be better. I am unfortunately led to believe that this is canon. I hope it isn't, though. But then the wolf ending we had before would never have happened. And possibly Timber finding love. And if they keep giving Timber food like that, he won't have to kill rabbits anymore. Unless it's in self-defense like it was with Juju. I've been want. That is a spoiler, but I assume you watch Lonely Wolf Creek before this. Because I'm not sure who you'd even know who Timber is at that point, so sorry about that, I guess. I'm sorry. I've been wandering out there every night for the past month. Damn near thought you were making this shit up. I wouldn't have wasted money on you had I not been confident in my theory. At the end of the stairway is a heavy metal door. Is this guy's family really fine with their house being built like a prison? Whatever. It's at least convenient that he's got a dungeon to hold his prisoner. No chance the wolf getting out of here. I'm not reading everything. Some of this stuff I don't want to read. Out loud, I mean. Home gym. Workout equipment. Set the room. Chest fly machine? I don't want to know what that is. It's an odd one, though. Instead of your typical weight plates, there's a shit ton of bricks behind it. They're gonna say shitting bricks. Chain him here. This is so fucked up. You grab one of the wolf's arms roughly, then pull the cuffs apart with a quick snap. Surprisingly, he complies with your movements, and takes a seat right where he's supposed to. Does he think he'll be able to get off on good behavior? Sorry, guy, this ain't the kind of place for that. Before you snap the cuffs to the machine, though, Senbei cuts in. Take his coat. I don't want him hiding anything up his sleeves. You do so, then toss it on the floor. The wolf glares at you for the offense. Once you finish what happened? Why is that? Once you finish binding the cuffs to the arms of the machine, oh no, what the fuck are they gonna do to him? You attach the chain to the vertical bar behind him. I have a feeling this is about to get ugly. I would turn away now if you can't handle this stuff, viewers. This wolf isn't going anywhere. Can't even move his arms, thanks to those brick weights. Senbei contemplates the prisoner. Scrawnier than I expected. You're basically starving those wolves out, aren't you? It's not that surprising. You're certain this is the one? I know what being hunted feels like. He's definitely your guy. The wolf flicks his tail, staring between the two of you in silence. You've been quiet, Wolf. Haven't you anything to say for yourself? I got the right to remain silent, don't I? This isn't a police station. I'd actually prefer that you talk. I don't know, I was told not to menace any of the residents here. Figured if I opened my mouth, it'd be counted as menacing. Senbei takes a step closer. You're no threat to me. Then why you've got me all chained up like this? Seems unnecessary. Osmanthus. Yeah. What is Senbei and Osmanthus and Timber? Are those all foods? Because everyone seems to be named after foods. Timber is wood. Osmanthus is wood. And Senbei is food. So I guess plants too. I need some more water. Jeez. I'm sure you could tell by the title, but no one below the age of 18 should be watching this, and I don't recommend it. Don't recommend anyone does it. You pull out the previously discussed device to hand over to Senbei. Hold down the buttons on the sides to detach the cuffs. Big red one's the shocker. Wonderful, I'll test it now. What do you mean, shot? Your magic surges through the collar, released by the button on the charm. It cost a pretty penny to craft a custom device like this, but that's what Senbei's paying you for. Dude is heartless, ruthless. I mean, I get he's going with a criminal, but this is brutal. The wolf huffs and pants, catching his breath. His tail twitches violently to express his agitation. God, that fucking hurt! It really is incredible what a touch of the right magic can do. It really is incredible what a touch of the right magic can do. Uh-huh. Just don't go overboard with that thing. It only has so much charge in it. Noted. Noted. Hey, there's gotta be laws against this kind of shit. You're torturing an innocent civilian. You're torturing an innocent civilian. You give the criminal a condescending smirk. This ain't an official arrest. We're clearly operating off the books here, dipshit. Which means we get to do whatever we want. Your fault for chasing down a cop. Your fault for chasing down a cop. I wasn't chasing you! I said I was out for a run, didn't I? Your guilt or innocence isn't a factor. You'll be useful to us either way. Oh, will I? Oh, will I? Yes, over the years dozens of rabbits have disappeared on this very mountain. We believe these to be unsolved murders, perpetrated by the wolves of Glaze was the name, if I recall correctly. It's the pack of wolves that had to be forcefully removed around the time frosting was established, are you a member? Forcefully removed? I lived through that shit, you asshole! Don't try and fucking soften what you rabbits did to us back then. You want a murder to solve? There's plenty. What I'm looking for is a scapegoat. If you confess to even one of these many cases, we'll be able to protect this town, and many more just like it, from being from predators like you. Wolf begins to cackle. Oh, so you don't care at all that you chained up an innocent guy. You just need a wolf to take the fall for some made-up crimes. In other words, you don't have a shred of evidence for any murders. You just captured me because you felt like you could get me to do what you want. You're a little sick of watching these guys mouth off to each other, so you cut in to wrap up the conversation. Got 3 days to get a confession out of him, Senbei. Any longer and I can't make that gap of time disappear. 3 days? Come on, I got better shit to do than this! The sooner you confess, the sooner you'll be released. Yeah, and then get your excuse to kill me and my whole fucking family. I ain't got nothing to say to you! Then enjoy the next 3 days of torture, Wolf. You brought this on yourself. Stuffing your hands back in your pockets, head upstairs. The rabbit can take it from here. Jeez. This is horrible. I'm faint-hearted. So this is just horrible. I want to save him. I wish I could just come in there and save him. I want someone to save him. You make sure to step on the wolf's coat on your way out. Oh, that's so fucking disrespectful, man. Like, you torture him, even step on his fucking coat and, like, leave it all dirty and shit? Like, that's so... Like, I'm a germaphobe. That shit pisses me off. I feel for Timber right now. Unfortunately for you, the work day isn't over just yet. Sending meets at the door. Osmanthus, I appreciate you making these arrangements for me. Arrangements, I said. Arrangements for me. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. If we can pin all those missing person cases on the wolves, that news is gonna spread far and wide. You'll be able to push through whatever kind of legislation you want. No one's gonna be able to defend a predator murder spree. By the end of all this, you will be the famous cop who brought a loathsome serial killer to justice. I was right to come to you for this. You're an ambitious man. That's right. It'll have been worth running around in the snow for the past month as long as there's been a big arrest to make by the end of it. You smirk back at the rabbit, then wave him off. Call me if he gives you any actionable evidence. Otherwise, I'll be back in 3 days. Senbei retreat. This is horrible. Senbei retreats inside, and you decide to head back to the station. I'm sorry if I say that a lot, but I don't have much else to say. Who will you continue as? Huh. I feel so horrible I don't want to make a save. Fires torture key. Oh god. Those 3 days pass in no time at all. You've been preoccupied with a few other cases, always juggling more leads. But this one sticks out in your mind. You're surprised you hadn't heard back from Senbei yet. Not too shocking if the Nepo baby was all talk, though. It's either that or the wolf was tougher to break than expected. You get a clearer picture of things once you make it back to Senbei's basement. Oh god. There's been an incident. Great, that's never fucking good. Mind elaborating? The collar shattered. It what? If it shattered, that means it overloaded. If it overloaded, the wolf's gotta be in rough shape. You have to see this for yourself. Oh fuck, no. Rough was an understatement. Stop smiling, bitch. His entire throat is soaked in blood, and his flesh. I'm telling Osmanthus to stop smiling, and his flesh is flayed around where the collar previously sat. If the wound was any deeper, it could have severed his jugular vein. Oh gosh. Doesn't seem to be the case though, considering he's still breathing. How long did you leave it on? How long did you leave it on? I must have forgotten to switch it off. The wolf's head is limp as you tilt it to inspect his neck. I'll need you to cast another. Fuck no. He needs some goddamn medical attention. At least he has a heart. This guy's just heartless. Senbei is probably my least favorite character in this whole series. I thought Juju was, but no, he's worse. You really underestimated this guy's hate boner for wolves. This is some twisted shit he's gotten up to down here. All in all, though, the wound looks a lot worse than it actually is. Despite the amount of blood, it seems to have clotted up nicely. He'll live, but it's gonna leave a scar caused by your magic. Could they link this shit to you? That's not something you should let happen. When you take your hands off him, his head droops back down. You kneel to eye level and snap your fingers in front of his face. Hey, can you speak? Hey, can you speak? The wolf looks you in the eye but says nothing. I don't want to speak no more. That's probably what he's thinking. He hasn't said a word since last night. Is that when you did this to him? He pushed me. Hell of a push. Listen, I'm gonna clean you up. It's gonna hurt like a bitch, but it's for your own good, understand? You rifle through your pockets looking for a small vial of healing tonic. As soon as you pull it out, Senbei has something to say about it. You're healing him? Just some first aid. He can't walk out of here looking like this, can he? I'm not through with him yet. It's been 3 days, man! For frick's sake! Can't help but think this guy sounds like a child about to have his toy taken away. Too fucking bad? Your time's up, Senbei. I'm guessing you couldn't get your proof. If you wouldn't confess to anything before, why do you think he'd talk now? I'll pay you double for a second round. Now there's an interesting proposition. Take back what I said about him having a heart. I mean, he's less heartless than Senbei, but just slightly. I'll think about it. Now could you shut up for a second? He smiles a contemptible smile. So fucking annoying. You turn back to the wolf, popping the cap off the vial of tonic. You pull a rag from the same pocket, then douse it with liquid. Like I said, it's gonna sting. He braces himself, and you work quickly to disinfect the wound and wipe the blood off his skin. Soon enough, he looks halfway presentable. Breathing's still shallow, but at least he won't get an infection. Plus, it should take care of any identifiable marks from your spell. This way you're in the clear. But Senbei's asking for another 3 days. The money's more than you expected from this job. Even having to pay that temporal witch again, you'd still have a lot left over. We're not talking about time, are we? Or time? The memories of the souls exist within them. To which Osmanthus refers to during his route as a criminal, not time. Oh, thank goodness. Oh god, thank goodness. It's not time. It's tempting, but can you really trust the rabbit not to go overboard a second time? Fuck if you gotten yourself tangled up in osmanthus. Senbei, I'm looking to solve murders, not become implicated in one. If you end up killing this guy, my ass is on the line, so take better care of him, will ya? I understand. 3 more days, then? I thought you just said no! I appreciate it. Hey. The wolf's voice comes out as a raspy growl. That's not what you said! That's not what you said! There's desperation in the wolf's eyes. He repeats himself. It's not what you fucking said! See? He can still talk. So he can. Can you fucking count? You said 3 days! You can't just add 3 more! Unfortunately for you, I just did. You can't let him do this to me! You can't let him do this! Fucking free me! Hey, the shock collar's busted and he's not getting a new one. Count your blessings. Gosh, this is horrible! Poor Timber. Howls in frustration, which quickly devolves into a coughing, sobbing fit. I heard this turns from sorrowful to hopeful, so I hope these endings turn out hopeful, but I'm afraid of the torture key. Gosh. Devolves into a coughing, sobbing fit. What would the 18+ route be? That sounds horrible for this. If he's still got this much in him, he doesn't seem so broken yet. This rabbit can be his the rabbit can keep his toy. You head back upstairs with Senbei to receive your payout. This guy's horrible. Senbei's even more horrible. 3 more days. Another 72 hours to get any information out of the wolf. And of course, he failed again. I knew this was gonna happen. But at least this time you didn't have to play medic for a murder suspect. You wonder if he really has ever killed anyone. You know you were being hunted that night, but it's not like he tried to maul you. Could've, if you hadn't chained him up, but the question remains. Would he rather save his own skin by taking a plea bargain than spend 6 whole days in that rabbit's dungeon? Looking at it through that angle, it starts to read more like the zealous martyrdom of the falsely accused. Doesn't matter now. You don't want anything more than to do it. You don't want anything more to do with this case. Walk the wolf out of the brick mansion and into the snow. Put your damn hood up. Can't have the happy little townsfolk seeing your fucked up scar. When the coast is clear, you head to the back gate to exit the town. The wolf follows along behind you, tugged ahead by the chain in your hand. A week ago, you walked through this gate with a feisty predator. Now you're taking a hollow shell back. Hasn't said a word since you showed up for his release. He's just quietly obeying whatever you ask of him. It's honestly creepy. You like it better when criminals act the part and fight back. As you venture into the wilderness outside of Frosting, it begins to snow. All the better to cover your tracks. Once you sever this chain, it'll be like nothing happened. You were never here, and a wolf was never held captive and tortured. Fuck you, man. Who would believe a story like that anyway? That a rabbit would do something so heinous to a wolf? This happened plenty of times. And remember what that mouse said. Just, your species doesn't determine your actions. That's like what sums up this whole series, really. Lonely Wolf Treat, Night with Timber, all that. Once you reach the area you originally picked him up, you turn back to the wolf with a sneer on your face. What is a sneer again? I'm not using my femme voice, because, it's like, I imagine this guy like real bitch, and... No, I imagine this guy having a real deep voice. I'm not saying people with deep voices are bad. Oh, a sneer, that's fucking rude. If I were you, I'd tell the rest of the wolves in your pack to no... If I were you, I'd tell the rest of the wolves in your pack to knock it off with this murder shit. Stop eating rabbits. You raise a hand to release his bonds, but... The wolf speaks. His tone isn't accusatory or indignant, but worn down. What's it gotta do when his choices are to be exterminated? What's it gotta do when his choices are to be exterminated by starvation or by force? Take a moment to consider your answer. Dunno. Lie down and take it like a man. You sever the chain. Then you raised a pointed finger aimed at his legs. A small magic bullet bursts out and explodes against his thigh. He recoils soundlessly. Oh my gosh. That's like, there's this anime that something similar happens. I forget which. Probably JoJo. Don't follow me. And stay away from frosting, will ya? You leave the tattered wolf in the cold, snowy night. So I guess the rabbit route happened before this. Yeah, because he didn't have the scar on his neck, and the same with the human route. I'm surprised he still went on. Well, I guess he had no choice but to keep scavenging. You won't be seeing him again. Oh no! Sexually charged torture, no sexual assault, just undertones. Okay. Police brutality. Blood gore mild. Starvation, hunger-related topics, references to genocide. He hasn't come home. No, poor Tundra. It's been 6 days since he left to go scavenging, and he hasn't come back. And he hasn't come home. Maybe all these routes are canon. Well, with all the routes with all the epilogues are canon, specifically. The others have been searching for him. They're worried there must have been some sort of accident, that he's fallen and hurt himself. Oh, I should use my thumb voice. I should fem out my voice. But you know better. They can't guess at the type of risks he has been taking, and you won't tell them. It's all you can do to quell their fears and prevent a panic. Your own search tells you that your son was taken unwillingly by some witch. When you followed the usual route, you found two things: signs of a scuffle and traces of magic on one of the trees. You erased the evidence so that others wouldn't follow the scent. This is a burden for their leader alone to carry. I guess because maybe the wolves would rebel and then there'd be a huge genocide. Or war or something. The place he was taken is not somewhere wolves can reach. You understand that more than anyone. Still, I don't know if it's right or not to keep this a secret from everyone. Oh no, oh no, she probably went through something similar based off that scar. Actually, excuse me. Actually, I think she did say that that scar was given to her by a rabbit or something. If the rabbits were to see your face, to see wolves prowling around the edges of town, it would only incite more violence. He knows not to get too close, but they came for him anyway. They came for him. They have they came for him, they have taken him, and there is nothing you can do to retrieve him. Come on, you're a mother. So you stand what I understand not entering frosting, but not telling anyone about this? That's a bit fucked up. Excuse my language, but this is freaked up. So you stand watch at the edge of glaze, as you usually do, watching for silhouette to emerge from the tree line. And tonight he does. You rush to meet him. Mom, made it home. He's hurt. Of course he's hurt, considering where he was taken. You're lucky he came back alive. He needs help immediately. You take him inside as quickly as you can, telling the rest of the pack to give him you some space. Tell me what happened. You wrap your son in a blanket. You've cleaned the wound. You're preparing the salve. Well, I followed someone. Turned out to be a witch cop. He was investigating the missing person stuff. Did they have you do any paperwork? Nah, off the books, he said. You squint. Interesting. I'm going to rub this in. Tell me if it hurts. His shoulders tense as you apply the salve, but he offers no complaint. At least this time it's from his mother. It's fine, just tingles. What happened next? They kept me in a basement. Black Rabbit's house. The cop left. It was supposed to be 3 days, then the rabbit brought 3 more. Bribing the police. They can't solve it officially. I guess she's not even phased because this has happened so many times to her. This is horrible. Bribing the police. They can't solve it officially, so they're skirting the law to try to gain the evidence they need. What did they do to you there? I mean, you're looking at it. Did you answer any of their questions? No. Why did they release you? Because, I don't know, they couldn't hide it if they kept me any longer. It was supposed to be 3 days. Yes, you said as much. Why did they extend it? Is the guy's fucking obsessed with me? I don't know. He's getting evasive. Now may not be the time. Now may not be the best time to press the issue. Put your hands on his shoulders to soothe him. Aww. You did well, Timber. His tension doesn't ease. His tail remains still. Aw. Why did he... I guess he has no other choice than to go out in that area. I don't know how far away necessarily it is. You know, he probably told them something. Hey, Mom. I think we shouldn't scavenge for a while. Take your hands off of him. If they find even a tiny shred of proof, he said he wants to exterminate us. He said he wants to exterminate us. I think it's too dangerous to keep doing this. They're really determined. So maybe we can, figure out something else? What do you think? You stare at him for a moment. Do you want this pack to starve? No. His voice is small and weak. He might think it's cruel. He might come to despise you for this. But you know the reality of your situation. Each winter you are barely getting by, even while scavenging. At least that wolf comes by to help them. The one we played as in the wolf route. Each winter you already restrict everyone's diet, even while scavenging. Each winter the pack grows weaker as you slowly starve to death. You have already seen so many wolves fall to illness wrought by malnutrition. Eating less is not the answer. Eating less means you will all die, so there's no choice but to scavenge. He understands this. He's just desperate for a way out where there is none. Timber, do you see the scar on my face? He doesn't look at you. This is the price we pay for standing up for our way of life. And now you have one too. That's the only thing that's changed. We've always been in danger. I know it may feel more pressing now, but it's always been the same. Do you understand? His trembling stops. Yeah. Good boy. Now let's get you wrapped up. No. No, I'm looking at the good ending. Oh, this is gonna be even worse. Now we have to see what he was subjected to. One more time warning. Read this. Contains spoilers. I mean, yeah, of course. Tofu. Oh yeah, now we just choose to play as Senbei. Oh no, this is gonna be rough, y'all. I don't suggest you keep watching unless you can handle it. You make your way back down the stairs into the basement. Soundproof, cold, and inescapable. It may have been improvised, but there is truly no my heart is sinking. But there is truly no better place to keep a wolf. Senbei, you are the worst! You are the worst. Like, I think of all the in the Nom Nom Nami universe, you might be the worst character ever, besides the witch that caused all this to begin with. I mean, okay, maybe the one who taxidermies them is worse. But I mean, he takes so much pleasure in it. Look at this guy. I mean, it's not like they had to taxidermy them anyway. 3 days, huh? Guess that means we're gonna be spending a lot of quality time together, Rabbit. You look comfortable. Well, you've got me by the balls here. Figure I may as well relax into it. The sooner you realize I got nothing to hide, the sooner I'll be out of here. You're wasting your fucking time. His condescension irritates you. He doesn't seem to recognize the position he's in. By the way, does your daddy know what's going on in his basement? Aren't you gonna get in trouble when he comes back? My father keeps his nose out of my business. You said you're in it to protect the town, right? You sure it's me those rabbits need protection from? Sure, we probably hate each other about the same amount. But you'd never catch me throwing you in a dungeon about it. You're letting him steer the conversation. You need to find a way to take... No. Listen, Wolf. About that, could you stop calling me Wolf? My name is Timber. Can't keep the hint of annoyance from seeping through your voice. Is that what you prefer? Yeah, I think I would. The way you and that cop were saying it sounds like a slur. Then listen, Timber. No, on second thought, keep my name out of your mouth. Keep my name out your fucking mouth! Sounds even worse. You want to shock him. You want to press the button over and over until he submits to you. Oh, yeah, I see the sexually torture part. But as soon as you raise the device, the wolf interrupts again. Oh, careful! If you press that every time I piss you off, you'll break it. Didn't Osmanthus warn ya? You press it anyway. You're a fucker! Are you finished? Good, then let's begin. I'd like you to answer some questions. And I'd like you to send me home. We can't all get what we want. I know you're probably not used to hearing that, though. Living with your parents in a fancy house like this. You shouldn't presume to know anything about my background. Why not? Sounds like you decided all sorts of things about mine. I've done my research. Sure you have. I'll bet I'm the first wolf you've bothered talking to. He'll continue to lead the conversation even if you engage every little remark. You need to be more aggressive with him. Are you acting alone? Don't wolves typically hunt in packs? We're not hunters. How do you get your food? Forage and trade. Do you use all of the meat? I did not expect him to talk like this. Do you use all of the meat? What do you do with the hides? Do you use our bones as toothpicks? The corpses can't have entirely disappeared, so where are they? You've got an active imagination. Why don't you use that creativity on something less destructive? Where are they, Timber? Can't hide from your crimes forever. Where are they, Timber? Can't hide from your crimes forever. I imagine he sounds more annoyed, but he gives this impression that he's so smug. Don't remember committing any. You deck him in the face. Speak, dog. His expression is a mix of shock and indignation. Indignation. What does that mean? Had he realized the collar would not be your only method of inflicting pain, it may not come as a surprise. Anger or annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment. That perfectly suits the situation. He underestimated you. You think you should put him back in his place. Then he laughs. That's a damn strong punch. Maybe you should take up boxing. I'm not interested in the sport. I just want to see what it felt like to punch a wolf. How was it? Did it make you feel big and strong? You won't be dignifying that with a response. You pick his coat up off the floor. I feel like they would have done this first. Then dig through the pockets. Inside you find a small silver case. When you open it, it appears to be a regular lighter. Interesting. What is? You don't carry any weapons. Why would I? Do you render your victims with tooth and claw? Sounds messy. Think I'd get caught if I was doing that. So you admit to having victims. I'm fucking humoring you. What do you think you'd go with, smartass? Say you encounter a wolf in the wild and you decide they gotta die. Gonna bludgeon them with your bare fists? Kick their skull in? Or maybe you'd carry a brick around in your pocket for such an occasion. You've got plenty of those. He's wasting your time. You slip the lighter. I don't know why the bricks are such a big deal. Maybe not. I guess maybe. Oh, maybe like the other houses aren't made of the same bricks, so maybe it's like fine material in this place. I think that's the point. You slip the lighter back into his coat pocket and lay it on the bench to the side. This is like Frosting's like racist capital of the world. Like especially with those skinned wolves and stuff. Like, jeez, it's like the KKK or something, but for wolves. I mean, it's not like they're being subtle with the racism. This line of questioning is a dead end. You'll need to try a different angle. You step closer to the wolf to get a good look at him. There are massive dark circles under his eyes. They're particularly apparent as he stares up at you. Is it lack of sleep? If he does his hunting at night, it's entirely possible he stays up until dawn. What draws your attention next is his build. It's very lean. He looked more appropriately threatening in the oversized coat, but that seems to be merely a facade. Yeah, he's pretty skinny. There's a hint of muscle, though. You decide to lift his shirt out of curiosity. Ugh! Your frame is rather pathetic. I'd expect you to have more protein in your diet. Yeah, well, my diet's pretty fucking irregular, so... If we were to pump your stomach, I wonder if we'd find any rabbit meat inside. Pump his stomach? I'll save you the trouble and let you know I haven't eaten anything. Today. His stomach is flat, almost concave. I have to keep looking up these words. I sound like a southerner. A surface or shape that curves inwards. Okay. Yeah, that sounds right to me. You believe him. The wolf squirms away from you as much as he can once you drop his shirt. You're not gonna make me take my pants off next, are you? Not interested. Got a funny way of showing it up. You got a funny way of showing it. What, interest? You check the time, it's gotten rather late. You leave him for the night and resume the interrogation in the morning. Hey, where are you going? You're boring me. I've decided to retire for the evening. You're leaving me like this? Did you expect me to have bread prepared for you? Did you expect me to have a bed prepared for you? My arms are falling asleep. This is cruel and unusual. Cruel and unusual, You tap the button, he jolts in response. Fuck's sake, man. Oh, does this really entertain you that much? You fucking sadist? I don't need to hear that from a murderer. Apologize to your victims' families for consuming their loved ones. You're delusional. I'm not apologizing for shit I didn't do. You're delusional. I'm not apologizing for shit I didn't do. You roll your eyes and exit the room without another word. At least turn off the The steel door closes behind you. The light? What, the lights? You wake just before dawn, the usual schedule. And this song is so creepy. Unsettling, but it should be. It's time for your morning routine. Luckily, this coincides with checking on your prisoner. You enter the basement quietly. The wolf seems to be asleep, as you expected. But you're certain what you're about to do will rouse him. You turn on the machine. The hell? Oh, you're awake. Yeah, 'cause of that thing you're on. You don't know the names of the equipment. Sure, I got names for them. Torture device number 1, torture device number 2, torture device number 3. My fucking shoulders are sore, thanks to torture device number fuck you. He leans his head from side to side to stretch his neck. You've never been to a gym before? No, I get all my exercise outdoors like a normal person. Hey, speaking of outdoors, do you want to unchain me so I can get out of here? You continue your run. Come on, don't ignore me. You've yet to confess to anything. Okay, you got me. I'm a killer, and I'd do it again. Too bad there's no proof. Guess you gotta let me go. Step off the treadmill. If you want to be released, then take this more seriously. Trust me, I'm serious about getting out of here. I'm not gonna last through 2 more days of this. I will free you right now if you give me the location of a single one of your victims. Alright, come closer. He intends to mock you again, but you have no choice but to approach. Closer? You want to hear it, don't you? It's like nothing more than to end this miserable game and get on with it. He whispers aggressively, "Bite me." This time, you press and hold the switch longer than you have before. It seems I didn't make enough use of this last night. You need further training. Well, whatever. It was worth it. It was worth it. You give him another since he seemed to enjoy it so much. No! 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 Alright! I'll return after breakfast. Consider cooperating if you'd like this to be rather... Consider cooperating if you'd rather this be painless. Relieve? Hey, I gotta take a piss. You hear him, but don't respond. I said relieve! Unless you want to mess up your fancy gym equipment, you better unchain me. He raises his voice again, annoyed. You know what must be done. You'd prepared for this after all. Stride over to the wolf and begin to undo his restraints. Let's call it a day, huh? Enough with all this. I'm ready to forgive and forget. You unlock his wrists one at a time, then snap them together at the front. Helping me like this, it's really not necessary. You ignore his attempts at smooth talking as you release his collar from the bar. Then you stand to retrieve something from the metal shelving on the wall. You place a... Seriously? Seriously? You fold your arms while he stares at you in disbelief. Go ahead, relieve yourself. Go ahead, relieve yourself. The wolf turns his body away from you with a huff, fumbling with his belt and zipper. This is what you're into? Locking guys up, making them whip it out for you? You pull the device from your pocket and press the switch. It delivers another shock to the wolf's collar. Ow! Ow! Damn it! Okay, I might have deserved that one. No, you don't. You don't deserve any of this. He resumes his business as you keep the switch raised in warning. Because when stuff like this happens, the hate never ends. The revenge never ends and stuff. He resumes his business as you keep the switch raised in warning. As he finishes, you press it again lightly, just for fun. Ow, fuck! The hell is wrong with you? The hell is wrong with you? My finger slipped. You're lucky I don't take a shit on your floor. I would kill you. Yeah, I fucking wish. Does he shit himself? Question. When you re-enter the room, the wolf is... Wait, what was the other option? Mission. Just sitting up straight, nearly docile. This is progress, you're pleased to see it. Are you ready to cooperate? All I gotta do is answer whatever dumbass questions you have, right? I can do that. You raise the device, he flinches. I won't have to press this as long as you keep your attitude in check. You stand before him with folded arms and a serious... What is this? A serious expression. I didn't mean to change that. You, wolf, are a dangerous predator whose modus operandi is to victimize any rabbit who happens to wander too deep into the mountains. Modus what? The method of your crime. It's in your nature to prey on your rabbits, after all. Yeah, I still gotta deny that part. Your big dick theories have no basis in reality. Tell me what you do with the remains. Where do you hide them? Proof of Proof of even a single body will be enough, no matter how small. Sorry to break it to you, pal, but I've got no clue where to find any bodies. Try calling the cops for something like that. Sounds serious. You hold up the switch, contemplating it. The wolf glances at it, then back at you. Burying them would be a challenge, yes. Burying them would be a challenge, yes, considering the temperature. Ground's too hard to bury much of anything. Yeah, but can't you, like, burrow? I'm not backing up Senbei. A cave, then. You drop the remains in a pit once you're finished with them. You want to go spelunking? Be my guest. Just don't think you're gonna find the pile of bones you're expecting. You'll tilt your head, rotating the device in your hand. They're spread out, then. Never disposed of in the same place twice. Sounds like a pain to keep track of. What would be the convenient option? Dunno, toss him in a lake? Is that where they're least likely to be discovered? Not like anyone's going swimming up here. You thought this through. Hey, you asked. I'm just helping you brainstorm. Honestly, as the guy who's lived here his whole life, doesn't sound all that odd to me for a few hikers to go missing. 27. Huh? There have been 27 known disappearances within the past 15 years. I'll round up to simplify the math for you. That's 2 bodies a year. I can do math, asshole. The rate of these hiking accidents in other mountainous regions is far lower. This is how Mount Sorbet gets its reputation as a dangerous place. But wilderness can be tamed. Just look at this very town. This is tame? You got a guy locked up in a dungeon here. I have a suspected murderer imprisoned. It's the sign of a healthy society, not letting criminals run rampant. You pocket the switch and stand to leave. The wolf doesn't seem to be ready to answer anything just yet, so it's best to let him stew for now. But as you turn your back, he speaks up again. Hey, I got a question for you. He'd be willing to give you something after all. How many wolves do you think have died since you rabbits showed up? Or do you not keep track of those? According to my elders, there used to be 100 or more. Nowadays, my best guess is there may be 30 of us. Is that why you kill innocent rabbits? For revenge? I've never killed anyone. No matter how many times you say it, my answer's not gonna change. Still resisting. He weaves his lies with such a determined look in his eye, it's almost admirable. But he's wearing down. It's gradual, but his barks are losing their bite. You aren't getting anywhere with this, so you decide to take a break for now. When it comes to torture, pacing is key. The fuck? Constant torment will not get you any closer to the desired result. You need to keep him second guessing what you'll do to him next. You need to learn his quirks and observe his reactions closely. That way you can pinpoint his weaknesses and strike him where it hurts most. And so for the next hour or two, you sit in the chair in front of him reading a book. The wolf gnaws idly at one of the wrist cuffs. You aren't sure what he expects is going to happen. Hey, can I have some water? These things taste nasty. You turn the page and continue reading. How can you stay and live in a house like this? The magic smell is burning my nostrils. Doesn't bother me. You got like a witch parent or something? You turn another page. Yeah, stupid question. No fool rabbit family's got a house like this. Are you calling me a half-breed? What? That's a whole new sentence. You don't bother glancing up from your book, but you aren't taking in those words you're reading either. Is that your sad backstory? That the other kids picked on you for having mixed parents? Because of that, you're pissed off, so you had to find an acceptable target for your rage? Is that it? I've never had issues with bullying. The wolf continues to stare at you. You don't look up at him. Ugh, this really is torture. I'm bored out of my mind. Is that why you're trying to evaluate my character? The fuck else is there to do? The wolf mutters, shifting in his seat. You know, the more I think about it... Glance up at him. This is definitely a sex thing. You want to fuck a wolf, but you can't. So you gotta do this whole song and dance. Timber tilts his head as far as the chains allow, trying to get a read on your expression. Repression really fucks the guy up, huh? Imagine what you'd be like if you dropped the pretense and did what you wanted. He finally closed the book. Are you arguing for me to have sex with you? I'm arguing you for me to... I'm arguing you for... I'm arguing for you to be normal. Challenge impossible. I'm arguing for you to be normal. Challenge impossible. Do you play with your food before taking their lives? What'd I just say about being normal? Now I gotta think of a stronger word than impossible. You won't answer? I'm trying not to encourage your dark fantasies. Let's see, hopeless? Is there a word for never in a million years? It's gotta be succinct. Briefly and clearly expressed? I don't... what does he mean by that? You think for a moment. Inconceivable. Yeah, that's a good one. A challenge so impossible you couldn't even conceive of it. That's you trying to be normal. A challenge so impossible you couldn't even conceive of it. That's you trying to be normal. You press a switch to deliver another jolt of magic to the captive wolf. Oh, fuck! Do you really need to keep doing that? Do you really need to keep doing that? You're boring me. The longer you draw this out, the more painful it will be for you. You're the one drawing it out. God damn. It doesn't seem like he'll reveal his weaknesses this way. You'll try another method. It's time for dinner. You've yet to feed your prisoner, so he should be quite desperate for a meal. Are you hungry? Is that a trick question? I have a meal for you, as a reward for enduring our second day together. Your ass is not gonna reward me. You're plotting some shit. I just know it. Vulgar as ever. But you did indeed bring his dinner. Huh? You present a plate of chicken. Oh, that's not him saying it. You present a plate of chicken straight from the package. It's fucking raw! At least cook it, you asshole! You smirk, taking back the plate. My apologies, I'm not familiar with a wolf's usual diet. No one eats raw chicken, you'll get sick. Stop fucking around. What about raw rabbit? Wolf grins at you, laughing a little. Okay, I see. I get it now. You don't know how to cook, do you? You're avoiding it because you're embarrassed. That isn't the reason. He's trying to provoke you. You won't entertain the thought. Here's what you gotta do. It's simple, so listen up. Paprika, salt and pepper, onion and garlic powder, dried parsley, if you've got any. Mix them all together, you've got a whisk, don't you? You've got a whisk, don't you? Mix them all together, you've got a whisk, don't you? Now he's giving you a cooking lesson, you've lost control of the conversation once again. Coat it in oil, season it, then let it sit for a while. The meat's gonna absorb the Question. Should I kill the animal with my own hands? Does that affect the taste? Look, I'm just trying to teach you how to cook what's on the plate you're holding. You're not gonna let it go to waste, are you? Provocations are getting to you. These provocations are getting to you. That's weird. You know perfectly well how to cook meat. Arguing about it won't prove anything, though. You'll just have to show him. Calm your temper and exit the room. After half an hour, you return with a beautifully plated dinner. Why did that make him so insecure? Roasted chicken with a side of carrots. Steam rises from the plate, along with a delicious aroma. It's something this wolf would never deserve. The kind of meal he'll never access to again. The wolf glances over it, then looks up at you. You gonna undo these restraints, or am I about to be spoon-fed? I'll release one wrist. Choose, right or left. Right. He snaps his left cuff off the bar, then offer him a fork. Damn, tricked me there. He rolls his eyes and awkwardly prods at the chicken with the fork you handed him. I'm basically ambidextrous anyway. Not like this is a problem or nothing. The fork clacks intermittently against the plate as he attempts to separate off a piece of chicken. You're struggling. I said basically. My arms are weak from being starved and tortured and shit. There, see? Fucking got it. He lifts the bite of chicken to his mouth, then gives you a pointed glare before putting it in. When he does, his expression twists into a condescending grin. It's under-seasoned. You're completely taken aback, but you don't let it show. You can't show any weakness. What does it mean to be taken aback? Like, reminded of something? That's what I always thought it meant. Shock or surprise someone. That's what it means? Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Guess I shouldn't give you more. Guess I could have given you more advice if you'd let me into your kitchen. This wolf is mocking you. He's in chains, and yet he's mocking you. Clearly you're still being too soft on him. Sounds like Senbei has a pretty high ego, like fragile ego. He will show him his place. You take the plate away just as he struggles to break off another piece of meat. If it's so underwhelming, I can't possibly force you to eat it. I promise you, tomorrow's dinner will be an improvement. Hey, I said it's under-seasoned! I didn't say I wouldn't eat it! He protests, upset at the thought of being deprived of meat, worthless. My guests deserve only the best. I'll just toss the rest of it. I'll just toss the rest of this. Don't fucking waste it! Why not? Frosting is a town of abundance. It reminds me of that scene of Vinoka Magica where, spoilers, you can skip 20 seconds if you don't want any spoilers, but Kyoko says, I think it's Kyoko says to, not Sayonara, Sayaka, if I ever see you wasting food like that again, I will kill you. I'm like, gosh. That's the vibes Timber's giving me right now. You slide the food into a garbage can in the corner of the room. And as soon as you do, the wolf throws his fork hard at the wall next to you. In the corner of the room. You're really pissing me off. Something died to be put on that plate, you piece of shit. You quickly nab the device from your pocket and give the switch a firm press. A jolt runs through the wolf's collar, and he grasps at it helplessly with his free hand. I'll excuse your violent outburst for tonight, but I won't be giving you another fork next time. You shackle his wrist cuff back in place, then take your leave. The wolf remains seated there, panting, fuming with rage. You'll have him fully trained tomorrow. Ah. How much longer do we have to sit through this? Just like Timber! You decide to skip your morning workout today. Instead, you prepare yourself a plate of fried eggs and sausage. This is horrible. Then relax in the parlor with your mother. Would you like a salad? Really, it's no trouble at all. No, Mother, I am not distressed. No, Mother, I am not distressed. It's merely that things aren't going as smoothly as I'd hoped. You listen patiently as she expresses her concerns. Agent Osmontas will be coming to retrieve him tomorrow. That is, assuming I'll be able to get what I want out of him. I know that having a wolf in the house has not been ideal, but I can assure you there is no chance of its escape. Mother. She exits the parlor. You finish your breakfast and take some time to think while you wash the dishes. Your mother feels that your time is better spent on healthier activities, something other than confronting the wolves directly. She fears you'll be hurt by pursuing this obsession. Obsession? Oh my gosh. On the contrary, improving the world we live in can hardly be called an obsession. It's an admirable goal. Not like this. This is not improving the world we live in. This is just causing more hate, more fear. That's doing the very exact opposite of improving the world. It is unfortunate that she is unable to see past her fear of wolves to understand the greater objective. Shut up, man. Just shut up. The wolf is asleep, head tilted off to the side with his bangs falling gently over his eyes. Just let him sleep, man. His breathing is shallow and silent. You study his face. Without that detestable smirk and rebellious attitude, he's infinitely more tolerable. You imagine he may even use those good looks of his to lure in unsuspecting victims. You briefly exit the room, then return with a bucket of cold water. Oh no. You toss its contents roughly over the wolf's head. He jolts awake, legs kicking wildly in surprise. He curls into a startled ball, posed as if ready to drop-kick his assailant. Once your eyes meet, he pauses a moment before relaxing slightly. He then shakes his head vigorously, sending water droplets spraying everywhere. Come on, tell me that's not the piss bucket. I rinsed it. You toss the empty metal bucket aside with a clang. The wolf flinches at the sound. Asshole. His hair looks nice. I know that's completely unrelated to everything. I just want Timber to be free. You place the folding chair in front of the wolf and take a seat. Osmanthus will be returning here tomorrow morning. Nothing to say? I thought you'd be thrilled. Nah, it's just gonna make you more desperate to get something out of me. And I'm sick of you anyway. Even if I was a murderer, I wouldn't want to kill you. You wouldn't, really? Yeah, 'cause you're fucking insane! I don't want anything to do with you after this! You tap your foot. Are you still upset about last night? Am I? What, now you're worried if I still like you? That isn't what I asked. That isn't what I asked. You're holding me fucking captive? I hate you more— You're holding me fucking captive! I hate you more than I've ever hated anyone in my whole life! Oh no, are you still upset about last night? I'm upset about everything you've fucking done to me! It's unfucking forgivable! You seem to have set him off. Am I still upset? I'm gonna be pissed off about this the rest of my goddamn life! And I'm not happy about that either. You think I want this to haunt me? You think I want to remember any of this shit? Fuck off, human rights violation ass. You decide to leave him for now. Also, human rights violation, that's just... give him some silence. You aren't making any progress. Time is running out, but he's resisted everything you've thrown at him thus far. You sit with him again in silence, knowing that if nothing else, your mere presence will put him on the edge. That's enough for now. Until he suddenly speaks. I think I got you all figured out, Senpai. You overcompensate because you can't do magic. That's your deal. Excuse me? I'm right, aren't I? Having a high-class witch parent, but no power of your own, that's gonna fuck with your head. You realized as a kid that your only power was gonna be your family's money. So you started reading books. What was it? What was it you were reading yesterday? Political theory? Seemed like it from the title. I'm surprised you're literate. Oh, you would be. But I'm not done. Oh, you would be. Oh, you would be. I feel like I said that well enough. That intellectual shit. It starts to turn impractical the more abstract you get. The more abstract you get. Makes you think everyone else is stupid for not knowing what the hell you're talking about. I mean, I feel like Timber is a better person than you, a way better person than you, even though he doesn't understand intellectual stuff. And also, if you're reading political theory, at least know about the world's hatred and racism. But of course he knows. He is a huge racist. That's where the muscle comes in. For everyone you can't manipulate with smarts or cash, a swift punch in the face. For everyone you can't manipulate with smarts or cash, a swift punch in the face. Now you think you're so strong you can do whatever you want. Now you think you're so strong you can do whatever you want. You're looking down on you. Tell me I'm right. That you're doing all this because you're that fucking insecure. He's always looking down on you. What, can't think of a response? You could always just shock me again, that'll shut me up. Go ahead and use that thing the witch cop gave you. It's as close as you can get to using magic yourself. You press the button, but not because he told you to. I'll do it, but not because you told me to. What the Come on, Senbei. It's because he frustrates you to no end. It's because he won't learn his place. Okay, he actually is pissing off Senbei. No matter how many times you force him down. It's simply because you detest him, and there isn't anything more to it. You let it go. Look at that. It really did shut you up. It's not that you particularly enjoy resorting to violence. I think you do. I think you do, Senbei. Sometimes violence is exactly what is necessary to achieve the desired result. Physically, between you and the wolf, it's no contest. Even if he was unchained, in peak condition, you would overpower him. Oh my gosh. You've trained your body for such occasions, although this is the first time you've truly gone to put that frustration to use. That training to use. So I said frustration by accident, but that fits. That was a perfect misread. It's the perfect opportunity, really. Turning this despicable criminal into your punching bag. So you strike him in the stomach again. Ugh. Time out! Fucking time out! You wait for him to catch his breath. What the hell is breaking my ribs gonna do for you? Where would you prefer to be punched? Nowhere! Why are you doing this anyway? You run out of questions already? You haven't given me the answers I'm looking for. You haven't given me the answers I'm looking for. So you think you can punch them out of me? Possibly. Grit your teeth, Wolf. You swing for his face, but he dodges and bites down. Yes, harder. Sink your teeth in, Wolf. I want you to break the skin. I want you to leave a scar, so that I can use it as proof of how dangerous you really are. You press into him, but as you do, his jaw loosens and he wriggles away. You're deranged. Get your arm out of my face. The marks fade within the hour. Either his jaw is weaker than you expected, or he has incredible restraint. Perhaps both. Excuse me. The method yielded nothing once again. I didn't want to resort to this, and I didn't expect that last option to mean violence. Actually, what did it say? Maybe it said violence, and I just was spacing out. This is horrible every way around. You have been interrogating the wolf for days now, and you will continue to do so until he offers a confession. You're sorely missing information on his background. Asking about Glaze could be the better point of attack. How large is your pack? There you go again, always flirting with me. Don't dodge the question. How many other wolves are there to feed? 3. I was thinking you should just lie and say that. That's a far cry from the 30 you estimated previously. There's other packs. Do you hunt to feed them as well? Or do they each have their own designated killer? I don't know, whatever. His head lolls to the side. He seems exhausted. Of course he's exhausted. How are you feeling? I'm fucking miserable. You're relentless. Fucking miserable. You're relentless. Wait, why'd you ask that? You don't care. I was curious. Well, curiosity killed the rabbit, I guess. No, rather, it's wolves who tend to do that. This is unproductive. Go upstairs, Bleefy, then return with a glass of cold water. Drink. What is it? Water? You're dehydrated. It's affecting your cognitive function. Okay. I thought he was gonna pour water on him. Probably is right before he drinks it. Okay, undo one of the cuffs then. No, you'll throw the glass at me. I'm not gonna... Fine. I don't want to argue this shit. He relents as does as he's told. Once he's finished, you set the glass to the side and return to your seat. I'm telling you, this is kink shit. I have no such ulterior motives. Yeah, right. You better not have spiked it with something. If only there was such a thing as truth serum. I think you not wanting to have sex with me makes this worse. At least that I can wrap my head around. If I were to have sex with you, would it lead to a confession? No! Don't get any ideas! He's lively again. The water did the trick. Third day passed without any progress. You took your frustrations on it. Please, not another 3 days. Just let him go. Beating him. You took your frustrations out on his body, beating him, shocking him. But nothing you did could force him to submit to you. With all other methods exhausted, you asked him a different kind of question. You mentioned there being around the you mentioned being there around the time the towning of Frownship. The towning of Frownship. Wow, no wonder it's called Frownship. It's so fucked up. You mentioned being there around the time the township of Frosting was first established. His ears twitched. He wasn't expecting this approach. What was that like for you, the wolf's perspective? You really want to know? He sounds disinterested, perhaps not believing the sincerity of your question. But you ask because it's nothing somewhat. But you ask because it's nothing something. But you ask because it's nothing something you can read. Because it's not something you can read in an archive. It was never recorded. What do you want to hear? The order of events? My feelings personally? Anything that seems important to share. I'm curious. Alright, here comes fact number 1. I watched my dad get beaten to death by rabbits when I was 10 years old. You blink, unfazed. Fact number 2. He was negotiating with you people because he believed you'd be able to talk things out. Ah, so Timber is the son of their leader. Fact number 3. You rabbits killed him and everyone else because you don't know how to share. He seems fixated on the issue. You can use this. Timber, I'm going to offer you a deal. I'm not taking any deal from a rabbit. Were you even fucking listening? I can get justice for your father. Would that please you? You're not gonna do shit for me. Actually, the head of the so-called Big Bad Wolf is mounted in the Warren. The building's owner is a taxidermist. It's a beautiful piece of work. I've seen it many times. I could have returned that to you. You'd be able to lay him to rest properly. That's your idea of justice? That's your idea of justice? There's an intensity in his voice, but he isn't lashing out at you like usual. All you have to do is provide evidence that the missing rabbits were murdered. I thought those were windows, but that's like what is that? Bricks or what is that? All you have to do is provide evidence that the missing rabbits were murdered. We can pin the crime on any old wolf. Doesn't have to be you, as long as the killings end. Well, tell me your thoughts. You want to know what I think? I think you really are insane. He's not going to take this? You've essentially told him he can get away with murder, some other wolf can take the fall for his past crimes, and he could escape to wherever he dreamed. He seems to really respect other wolves, Timber does. His father's even refusing to kill that wolf that could have reported him, even after this. That's crazy. His father's remains would even be returned to him. Is that not enough? What could possibly be enough? Refusing this deal, isn't that not the insane choice in this situation? A cold sweat runs down your forehead. I thought I mispronounced it, but I didn't. We're going to run out of time, and he's going to get away with everything. After you finally capture the wolf, most likely being the culprit, I guess this is why he gets frustrated and just shocks them a bunch. He's just going to slip through your fingers like this. You know what, Sendai? Here's a thought for you to chew on. Since you seem to care so much about justice, I'll let you know. There's just nothing here. It's a waste of time. It isn't. You know it isn't. Because as much as you wish there was a long string of murders for you to solve here, there just aren't. If that were the case, then what? Accidents happen on this mountain all the time. Hypothetically, if a rabbit was to wander around the mountain, hypothetically, if a rabbit was to wander around the woods at night, and that rabbit spotted a wolf, they'd run, wouldn't they? Oh, well, I mean, you kind of were doing that on purpose. I'm not saying torture is justified. You narrow your eyes at him. Wouldn't they? He repeats himself, his voice deep growl. Wouldn't they? A weakened attempt at intimidation. I almost just closed out the game. They might. This feels so long. I feel like you really feel Timber's torture here. Hmm. Running on icy ground at night, you'd slip and fall if you're not careful. The cliffs are steep and rabbits don't always land on their feet. You scoff. So that's your method. No, it's a hypothetical situation. You ever heard of those? Or do I need to explain that to you too? You grip on the device. Your grip on the device tightens, thumb held over the button where you can see it. Why stop short of a full confession? You must be aching to boast of all the rabbits you've let to die. The wolf smirks but says nothing. You press down hard. He grits his teeth to endure shock, but otherwise remains still. He won't give you the satisfaction. Answer me, wolf. He leans his head back, looking down at you, on you. That's the difference between you and me, Senbei. You think murder's something to brag about. You think killing in itself is the reward. In a burst of violence, you kick the folding chair across the room. The wolf barely flinches. Confess to your crimes! You're livid now. He's driven you to the edge. Oh, I'm never gonna tell you what you want to hear. You'll have to kill me for... You slam your thumb on the switch, but this time you don't let go. Shit. The wolf howls in agony as you compose yourself and stride calmly out of the room. His screams echo up the stairway when you open the heavy steel door, and then quiet when it shuts. Dang, poor Timber. I want to free him. As if he wasn't even there. It'd be interesting if, imagine if, a fox or another rabbit freed him. That'd be really interesting, and then you, become friends with the rabbit. But that didn't happen. Wolf howls in agony as he composes himself to try calling out of the room. His screams echo up the stairway when you open up the, And as if he wasn't even there. You keep the button held down until you fall asleep that night. Jesus! Sorry for my language, but that is horrifying. How is he still alive? I don't know anyone that could handle that shit. How many hours was that? Oh my gosh. This guy's a total sadist. Osmanthus arrives the next morning. How long did you leave it on? I must have forgotten to switch it off. You can't tell him to let your emotions get the better of you. This wolf is a criminal. You wanted to make him suffer. You can't tell him you let your emotions get the better. Without the collar, though, you lose a convenient tool for controlling him. I'll need you to cast another. Fuck no! He needs some goddamn medical attention! Osmanthus seems to be in a panic. You feel his reaction is unwarranted. It's not as if this particular wolf would die so easily. Hey, can you speak? Hey, can you speak? Timber is silent as expected. He hasn't said a word since last night. Is that when you did this to him? He pushed me. Hell of a push. You were so close. What he said last night, that was his confession. Pushing the boundaries of plausible deniability as far as they go. There's nothing plausible about this. It's absolute. Timber is a murderer. He chases rabbits to their deaths, and the wolves feast on their corpses. I mean, you got that part right, I guess, but still. This is what he was doing when he pursued Osmanthus 3 days prior. He must give chase to anyone who enters his territory. The rate of missing rabbits has been more or less consistent. He has been doing this for years. If you don't find proof, he will not be stopped. He's a figure that will inspire terror in the hearts of rabbits all over the world. When this is widely known, he will become a symbol of fear. He's perfect. He's exactly what you were looking for when you set out to capture a wolf. Still, shocking someone like that, that's just cruel. Absolutely cruel. I mean, everything he's doing is cool, but still, like, that's just so fricked up. You snap back to reality once you realize what Osmanthus is doing. You're healing him? You're healing him? Just some first aid. Just some first aid. Can't walk out here looking like this, can ye? Why do you look like a freaking Pokemon evil team thug? Osmanthus, not you, Timber, you're fine. No, he can't. I'm not through with him yet. Too fucking bad? Your time's up, Senbei. I'm guessing you couldn't get your proof. If you wouldn't confess to anything before, why do you think he'd talk now? It's interesting that we're seeing the same scene from a different perspective. Ah, that's right, he'll need to be bribed. I'll pay you double for a second round. Double for it. Oh, no. Sorry, I spaced out. Osmanthus holds you at gaze for a moment. I'll think about it. Now could you shut up for a second? He's so easy to control, it's almost comical. Truly a man with no principles. Neither are you. Osmanthus tends to his wolf's wounds, wiping up the majority of the blood. His shirt will be another issue. You suppose it falls on you to wash it, that is, if Osmanthus is still concerned with appearances by the end of this. You had hoped to gain any evidence you needed within a day or two, but thanks to this development, you're certain it won't be much longer. The wolf's spirit is broken. You're not even sure he's listening right now. Osmanthus finishes up, then approaches you with a scowl. Senbei, I'm looking to solve murders, not become implicated in one. If you end up killing this guy, my ass is on the line. So take better care of him, will ya? I understand. 3 more days, then? No. I was expected you easily accepted your bribe. Now you can think about how to... Hey. So he was paying attention. That's not what you said. I don't know if I can do this line again. That's not what you fucking said. See, he can still talk. So he can. Can you count? You said 3 days! You can't just add 3 more! Unfortunately for you, I just did. Wonderful, his spirit isn't so broken after all. The game continues. You can't let him do this to me! Fucking free me! Hey, the shock collar's busted, and he's not getting a new one. Count your blessings. Samathis waves mistily as he heads out the door. Wolf howls and coughs, and cries out in pained sobs. You wish you could stay and watch, but you have a bribe to pay. Please, no more of this. You follow Osmanthus out, and make sure you let him know how much you appreciate the extension. Is it still going? How long is this? How do you retrieve the corpses? Carrying them back up the mountain must be difficult. I don't think he's gonna say anything now. They would be well preserved in such low temperatures. Do you leave them there for days at a time? Are you acting alone, or is the rest of your pack in on it? Is it a well-kept secret in Glaze? Are there wolf children you're feeding these corpses to? He won't respond, so you continue your mental list of questions. Do you prepare the meat yourself? Is that why you learn to cook? To cook. Is there a particular reason you're most active during winter? Is it the food scarcity? Are there really so many wolves to feed that you can't do it without victimizing rabbits? What do you do for the rest of the year? What foods does your pack normally subsist on? And must you really resort to murder? When was your first? How old were you the first time you took someone's life? How old are you now? And why not leave Mount Sorbet altogether if the resources to sustain your pack are so insufficient? Why go through all this trouble? His silence frustrates you. Step out of the room for a cup of tea. When you find something to stretch his limbs, kicking his feet about, or otherwise curled up. Nah, he's never gonna be the same after that, after what you did last night, you fucking bitch. He is lifeless, no, dormant. He's acting this way on purpose. He thinks he can make you feel pity, but he's wrong. What pity would you have for a murderer? No one in their right mind would pity a predator who's taken so many innocent lives. If he wants to be released so badly, then... Timber. His ears twitch. What will it take for you to give me proof? You approach, then kneel before him. You do understand that you will be freed as soon as I have a single shred of concrete evidence to work with, yes? He looks away. This wolf. You lay your hands on him, force him to look at you. He recoils at your touch. You can feel his vein pulsing just beneath his skin. He's afraid of you. As he should be. Still, he won't say a word, even as you hold him here like this. There's still plenty of time. You release your grip and step out of the room once more. Oh my gosh, it's almost been 2 hours. It's an hour and a half at this point. For the usual questions, but you saw him in his pathetic state. You knew you wouldn't be getting anything from there this time either. So instead you began talking about yourself. During our time together, I've heard many theories from you on why I am the way I am. You were trying to discern it before, the reason why I decided to target wolves. I'll tell you the reason. I'd simply like for you all to be exterminated. There isn't any deeper meaning behind it. The world will be improved with fewer predators running about. That improvement in itself is my goal. He says nothing. Even to that, he has nothing to say. I've paid quite a bit of money to keep you here. The least you could do is respond. Still no reaction. How very boring. You leave him for the day. No more of this. Seem to push the wolf too far. He's going to continue being unresponsive to you unless you do something to shock him out of it. You release his bonds. Can you stand? He stares at the floor. When you pull him up by the arm, you're surprised by how light he is. Ah, that's right, you've been neglecting to feed him. He stays on his... I didn't mean for it to sound like that, I thought he was talking. He stays on his feet without your support, but his gaze is still fixed on the floor. You lead him to the door to the shower room, then give him a light shove. He stumbles through the doorway. Leave your clothes in that basket. Why? 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 The wolf's voice comes out as a hoarse whisper. I'm going to wash them for you. Timber looks around the room, seemingly unable to process your instructions. You do know how to use a shower, yes? Go on. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because your smell disgusts me. Wash yourself. You lean against the wall, looking away from him. Once his clothes are in the basket, you take and exit the room. You don't notice it because you're preoccupied with the laundry, but... The wolf cries out from the place where you left him. Third time in my life I get to use a shower, and it's like this. Oh, I wonder if the second time was with the witch. Droplets fall from his eyes. He has to ruin this for me, too? The water hits the sobbing wolf, indifferent to his suffering. You hear none of it thanks to the thick walls of your home and the sound of running water. And even if you were to overhear it, you couldn't comprehend it, because it would be silly for a dangerous predator to cry over something as simple as getting to take a shower. You're just racist, man, because it doesn't fit your narrative. That is the stupidest shit I've heard in my life! Because it doesn't fit your narrative. What else doesn't fit your narrative, bitch? My gosh. Senmei is truly hopeless. I don't say that about most people, but he is. But because you were not there, he is free to express these emotions. And regain a shred of resolve. You stand by the door after returning the wolf's clothing. You're at a loss as to how to proceed. You're at a loss as to how to proceed. The wolf hasn't responded to your questions or provocations. He won't respond to further violence. Will this stalemate hold until Osmanthus returns? Is that exactly what he's counting on? As much as Timber's attitude deeply annoys you, it's confusing. Trying to face him without it. A tennis match where the opponent has left the court. Any point scored offers no sense of victory. It isn't any fun at all. Timber emerges from the shower room. Finally not having fun anymore, bitch! He doesn't even so much as look at you before returning to his seat. Even when you stare expectantly, he gives you nothing. How long do you intend to hold this silence? Fuck you. Oh. It's an improvement. You check those wrists to the machine and leave the room. You have no other option, really. Feed. Something easy on the throat. You heat up a chicken noodle soup. Since it isn't your cooking, he can't complain about the taste. Why are you so insecure about that, man? You're so pathetic. I don't say that about many people, but you truly are pathetic, Senbei. You even released both wrists from their restraints, so he can eat however he likes. You locked the door behind you anyway, though you aren't sure if it was necessary. He hasn't attempted to escape a single time since he's gotten here. Perhaps he's all too aware of how fruitless that effort would be. The soup sits on the bench in front of him, untouched. It's still cooling. You aren't going to talk, are you? He's still ignoring you. Is there someone in particular you mean to protect? We could negotiate a deal in which you are not the only wolf to come out of this with immunity. You know. You lean forward in your seat. I've heard from other people. You're supposed to feel a certain way when you're hungry. That's how you know when to eat. Like your body's supposed to tell you. Takes a spoonful of soup and blows softly. Steam continues to rise from the bowl. Hunger cues? Yeah, sounds right. I don't get those. He takes a bite, then returns the spoon to the bowl, lightly stirring its contents. Were you hoping for my sympathy? Dumbass question. It takes him a while, but he finishes the bowl down to the last drop. Tired of looking at these bricks! The world is still bricks. Like Kedekers. You ought to shit bricks, Senbei. When you take the dishes upstairs, you drop them in the trash. He's going to get away with it. Perhaps there isn't even any proof he could provide you. He singles out individual rabbits. There are no witnesses. The pack consumes the remains. Does he grind the bones to dust and sprinkle them into the snow? What about their clothes, their personal effects? Stolen, sold? 27 confirmed disappearances. The death toll could be higher. You aren't willing to concede that any of those deaths were accidents. It would weaken your case. If there was just one straightforward, clear-cut victim, someone he couldn't deny, that he'd have no choice but to admit to. The problem vexes you. But you have no more time for questions tonight. Your father has returned from his business trip. Senbei, my boy. Have you been well this past week? Well indeed, father. Staying out of trouble, I hope. Oh ho ho. I've only been torturing someone in my basement for the past almost 6 days. Yes, of course. Your mother tells me you've been in a bit of the mood the past couple of days. Perhaps getting out of the house for some fresh air and sunshine would do you well. We could go on a family outing tomorrow. Well, just us men, eh? Your mother has her agoraphobia. I have plans tomorrow. Ah, is that so? Perhaps another day, then. Please do get out of the house when you can. You oughtn't waste your youth on what it was that you've been preoccupied with lately. Local history and politics. Certainly hobbies for much older men than yourself, ho ho. Ah, Senbei, as your father, I wish for nothing more than your continued success and happiness. Please do remember to go out into the world and have some fun every now and again, ho 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 ho. Yes, father. Your mother seems to have stressed to him that you have not left the house this week. This is the end, then. No matter how much you might have desired to do so, you cannot hold timber here indefinitely. This is the end, then. No matter how much you might have desired to do so, you cannot hold timber here indefinitely. When Osmanthus comes, this time you'll have no choice but to relinquish your prisoner. When that happens, this will all have been a waste of time. You mustn't panic, there's still one more day. But you've run out of strategies. All your attempts at instigation have gone ignored. You toss and turn in your sleep that night. When you wake, you do not feel rested. Thank goodness it's the last day of this shit. Is your throat feeling any better? No. I was hoping you could answer some of my questions today. Just did. Just did. About the murders. He won't look at you. He's responding, but he won't engage. If he doesn't engage, you can't get any more information out of him. Why did you tell me what you did? Huh? You seem to be thrilled to get to say it. I remember the look on your face. You knew it would get a rise out of me, didn't you? You knew I would punish you. Why say it at all? To know what you're talking about. Yes, you do, Timber. Yes, you do, Timber. Then I don't have an answer for you. Your hands tremble with anger. You grip your knees tightly to stabilize them. If you'd been able to sleep properly, you might have better control over emotions. Oh no. But he handed you a near confession, and now he's going to disappear back into the wilderness without consequence. Thinking about that makes you so. You begin to pace around about the room. Does my desperation entertain you? You must enjoy driving me mad like this. You get off on it, don't you? You enjoy holding this power over me. You love being the perfect villain, the one who got away. He could be saying all that to you. Hmm? Admit it. Let this be the one thing you admit today. Admit that you're... Senbei. You pause. Why the fuck would you think I had any power over you? Like I ever had a goddamn choice. Look at that. The perfect villain has made himself the perfect victim. Sitting there looking so small, miserable, wretched. Doesn't he understand that his actions are the reason he is in his position to begin with? Does he truly believe he had no choice in the matter? If you were to approach him now, if you were to touch him, you would certainly strangle him to his dying breath. So instead you go outside. Oh, I was hoping to say something else, but I guess not. The fresh air and sunshine do nothing but to improve your mood. Then again, your father has always been rather clueless about what is necessary for your happiness. You should have done this a long time ago, Senbei. You placed the meal you made on the bench in front of him, with a tall glass of water. Osmanthus will be returning soon. The wolf stares blankly ahead with deadened eyes, but you don't care that he's refusing to acknowledge you. Eat. We can't have you looking this emaciated when you're released. Obediently, he takes a potato slice. You decide to leave him to his meal. Hey. You stop, then turn back to look at him. The seasoning. Your lower lid twitches involuntarily at the word. It's better than last time. He glares up at you a moment before resuming his meal. I'm pleased to know it's to your liking. Your false smile falls as soon as you turn your head. You can't help but slam the door behind you. What's all this? 18 plus epilogues. Torture epilogue. Hmm. Okay, might as well read the torture epilogue. I want to see him escape. I mean, or is it about Senbei? It's probably about Senbei. Oh, God. The Black Rabbit Route. What is that? Is it just Senbei again? I'm tired of him! And what is the 18 plus epilogue? 18 plus epilogue for Wolf Route sounds fun. For this, it sounds like very, very bad. It's been quiet in Glaze. Everyone was relieved when Timber... I can't read all this. I'm too tired. Wait, the music also goes back when you press back? You think only Tundra knows what actually happened to him, and all she says is not to worry about it. Miss your friend. You end up walking by Timber's house again, so this time you poke your head in. You wonder if you can get him to come outside today. Timber? What? What? He's awake. Definitely cranky, but at least he's awake. Ember made a snowboard. He's doing tricks for everyone. Wanna come see? Not right now. A little less cranky. He seems really tired. You sure? Yeah. Hey, tell him not to hurt himself. Okay, see ya. Who? Tell who not to hurt himself? Ember. Timber's pissing you off as always. You don't know why he came back injured, but he's being a baby about it. He's been in bed for 2 weeks. Come on, you wouldn't be saying that if you knew what he went through. Enough is enough. You have to say something. Are you gonna stay there for the rest of your life, or what? Leave me alone. No, you're being pathetic. How long do you plan to sit there licking your wounds? I'm not. Couldn't even do that if I wanted to. Couldn't even do that if I wanted to. It's an expression, stupid. He's continuing lying there like an idiot. He thinks he can just ignore you now? You hate seeing him like this. You have to say something to snap him out of it. If you won't get up, should I come to bed with you? What? I thought you were through with me. Well, if it wakes you up, I'll do it. I'm not in the mood. Really? That's funny. Did your dick get injured too? Oh, you'd feel really sorry for saying that if it had. Oh, you'd feel really sorry for saying that if it had. Let's have a look then, huh? Go ahead and prove it. Seriously, Crystal, I'm not gonna have sex with you. I'm not having sex with you right now, Walt. I'm sorry, I couldn't have to think of that. Fine, your loss. You're a bitch, Crystal. Yep, thanks for worrying about me. You always argue, and then he's nice, and then you argue, and then he's nice. Seems like you got a bit of reaction from him anyway. Maybe he'll go back to normal soon. With a small huff, you finally turn and walk out the door. Who is Pine? Oh, is this the witch? For the past few weeks, it's been your job to cook for everyone. You aren't the best at it, but you're good with your hands. That's why everyone voted for you. You're trying, but they still complain that your cooking wasn't as good as Timber's. You feel like you let everyone down. That's why it's such a relief that he came to help you pair lunch today. You gotta cut the potatoes more evenly. That's why some of them weren't even... That's why some of them were coming out overcooked. You gotta cut the potatoes more evenly. That's why some of them were coming out undercooked. I'm not used to him I've been having him like, he's been suffering so much, I'm not used to him just talking casually. You gotta cut the potatoes more evenly. That's why some of them are coming out undercooked. But they're all oblong. How am I supposed to make it come out even? Chop off the tip, then set it upright like this. You watch as Timber you watch as Timber cuts the potato down the center, then it's into sticks, then cubes. That's way easier than how I was doing it. How are you doing it? You grab a potato and cut it into chunky discs, the opposite way from what Timber showed you. No wonder. Were you cutting these one by one like that? Yeah, it takes forever. How'd you do yours so fast? For starters, you're holding the knife all wrong. Let me show you. It's good to see him laughing again. If all the cooking would have been up to you from now on, this pack would be in trouble. What next? Onions? When you look over, he's already started on them. You can go ahead and heat up the skillet. Am I helping you, or are you helping me? Equal shares. Don't worry about it. You give him a nod and follow instructions. He's the leader, after all. I like the art style of this game. It's like kinda pixely, just slightly. You okay, boss? Strong onions. That's all. Go. Maybe I'll go lie back down. We barely started. Don't run off now. Not like you can do this without me. It's just a skillet. Not like you can't do this without me. It's just a skillet. I think the rest of the pack's gonna have something to say about that. In the end, you convince him to stay and cook with you. And for the first time in a few weeks, lunch was really, really delicious. Yay! Torture epilogue end sounds horrible, but that was pretty nice. Anyway, I better end this video. It's super long. Almost 2 hours at this point. That was rough, but it shows us a lot about the cycle of hatred and racism in this universe. And I feel like now I just want to treat people better. I mean, I always try to treat people as best good as possible. But like now I even want to treat criminals better. I just feel like my compassion has grew by playing this game. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Anyway, I hope you, I'm about to say hope you enjoyed, but that was rough. Um, thank y'all for watching. Bye, everyone.